Although I'm very pleased with what AT&T did in releasing the Snyder Cut, that's about it. That was, in fact, it's the only good news of 2020 as far as I can see. So that was a big of them muscling in on their new property. They took over Warner Brothers and all of that. And so the only guy left from the old management is Mr. Stanky. Yeah, I know. So he did this brief interview with Variety and was going on about, oh, yeah, the shakeup was the right thing to do and all that. Well, of course, what's he going to do? Saying, well, some things were cool. Other things were, no, he's not going to do that. So, of course, HBO Max is the main thing they're pushing for, and all of that. So he details quite a bit, diplomatically, about what they're after and what they're trying for, and all that stuff of their different properties. But of course, what do I care about? Well, I care about DC stuff. So at the very bottom, he was asked, for original shows, what did he like the most? He said he liked HBO's Westworld. Now, Westworld, the first season was magnificent. That was really good. And then it quickly became obvious in the second season that they ran out of ideas. There's some interesting moments in second season, but it's just no first season Westworld. I never got to the third season. I guess when I find the time, I guess I'll take a look at that. But I hadn't heard anything good, and it just doesn't seem to be. It looked like we were on the verge of a new big deal, Game of Thrones type, had to watch series, and well, that didn't happen. So that's one he mentioned. Then he mentioned Succession and Watchmen. Oh boy, he said he was incredibly impressed with the series, and he's in the camp of doing another season if we could figure out a way to do that. Jeez. Well, needless to say, if you saw any of my videos on that series, I thought it was horrible. Lazy slap job stuff. A few stylistic things here and there that was pretty good. Some performances that were good, but the whole thing was just a lot of crap. And just, I used to have a lot of respect for Damon Lindelof. Not anymore, especially since he lied about the show. He's I'm not going to touch the original story. Then he did. You can't rewrite a character's origin and say you didn't touch the original story. So, yeah. And then to just utilize, of course, the current political hissy fits of today, which ultimately resulted in murders and riots and whatnot. Well, he couldn't have seen the future, but still playing into that and fears and obsession and exploiting racism for the purposes of selling a TV series that he clearly wasn't that interested in, since the thing was a bit of a failure. I mean, I know it was critically praised and all that. So what? No, people just didn't show up to watch it. And so to pursue it further, what would you do? Now, the first I heard of this story was on the Ping Pong Flicks YouTube channel. And he actually suggested an idea that's not bad. He, like myself, didn't really care to pursue any further with the Sister Knight story and did she or did she not get the Dr. Manhattan powers and all of that. I don't particularly care because I didn't really like the series anyway. And but for that ending of whether or not that happened or not, who cares? The show in and of itself does lend to some other possibilities, and one most conspicuously was a Night Owl, and that was a suggestion that they could pursue a whole season of what happened to him and all of that. That could make something that actually is a spinoff of this version of Watchmen. Now, my favorite idea is what they should have done originally if they were going to do anything other than just leave it alone, which probably would have been for the best, would be to do the story of Minutemen. even way back when, there was some talk of Alan Moore doing a prequel series to Watchmen about the Minutemen, before, he got all mad and they had the big split between him and DC and all that. And then later on, they did their Beyond Watchmen stuff, which some people hated on the grounds that there wasn't supposed to be any prequels or sequels to Watchmen and all that sort of stuff. Those books didn't bother me as much. Some were better than others, but the best of them was the Minutemen series that Darwin Cook did. And so there you go. There's your material that you can adapt. And it's a pretty nice story. It's not on par with Watchmen, the original, but that could make a pretty good series. And should have just done Minutemen. Now, of course, nobody knows. But you don't have the Watchmen brand. I don't know. You could put Watchmen, the Minutemen. I don't know. But that's all for the marketing, to get the audience there who want to see this, and that would make for a better series, preferably done by someone not connected to the Lindelof version at all, because I just don't want to see that lazy hackery crap anymore. But the chances that it would just be another lazy hack crap is very good. So for the best, it would be just to not do it at all. But for someone that high up who wants to see something happen, my best bet would be to do something on Minutemen, I think. That would probably work out better. It's so unnecessarily hard to get things out of these god-awful filters they have to go through. Oh, well, we'll see.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Why not like and subscribe and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores and have plenty of goodies for you. Hats, mugs, stickers, posters, all that goody stuff. Plus, you can head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book Night Night. Oh, yeah. Plus, you can also catch my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, over at RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on my channel at BitChute. That's the Mr Nailsin channel on BitChute.com.